Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Abraham Lincoln High School in Coney Island. We are live, as always, with another presentation of Abraham Lincoln High School baseball. Today, Railsplitters will be taking on the James Madison Golden Knights. Both teams looking for win number 6 today. 5-5 for the Railsplitters, 5-6 for Madison on the official PSAL records on the website. Railsplitters hoping to take this one today against pretty evenly matched Madison if you go by those record numbers. Leading off for Madison today is going to be, I don't have the team's numbers. It looks like it's going to be number 9. And number 9 is Marcus Hilleman. And he will be facing off against Lincoln's number 3, Ahmed Brown, Coach Cruz's favorite starting pitcher. And here comes the first pitch. It is high, ball 1. And Hilleman fouls that one back. 1-1 the count. And just inside, ball 2. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, count even, 2-2. Love that sound of the ball hitting the glove nice and hard. Brown sets, delivers, and he struck him out. And that will bring up Darian Gaines for Madison. First pitch strike to Gaines. Swing and a miss, strike 2. It's a 3-pitch strikeout. Ahmed Brown not messing around today. Swing and a miss, strike 1 to, believe the last name is Ardito. That should be Andrew Ardito. And he fouls that one back, 0-2 the count. And that one is a little bit high. Ball 1 to Ardito. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that'll take us to the middle of the first. We'll step away for a quick break here from Abraham Lincoln High School. We'll be right back with you at the bottom of the first. After this, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. We appreciate your support and see you in a couple of minutes. Welcome back to Abraham Lincoln High School. Going into the bottom of the first, it'll be our first look at what Madison has brought to the mound. It's a first pitch strike from Andrew Ardito. Leading off for the Railsplitters is the mighty Marcus Pearson. Pearson fouls that one back. Off to the warning track. In case you're just joining us, top of the first, 3 up, 3 down. Ahmed Brown struck out the side. And Andrew Ardito starts off the same way. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. Pearson goes down swinging, and that's going to bring up Tristan Legree. First pitch falls in for a ball to Legree. Second pitch ball, Ardito struggling to find the strike zone on Legree after throwing 3 beautiful strikes towards Pearson. But he finds it there. Legree holds off. It's 2-1. And there's another strike, 2-2. Legree didn't agree with the call, but doesn't matter now. We are even count. That's way outside. Full count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 to Legree. And that will bring up number 42, Amir Cherry, the third baseman for the Railsplitters. And he holds off on a beautiful pitch, 0-1. That one's outside. 1-1 the count to Cherry. And Cherry wallops it into center. That'll drop for a base hit. And the strikeout streak is broken. It was 5 consecutive strikeouts in the game. And now we got a base runner. And that should bring up Edwin Bueno, the cleanup hitter for the Railsplitters. He, of course, will love an RBI here. Amir Cherry will be looking to steal second. We'll see if he can get in Ardito's head a little bit. You can see him leading off on the right side of your screen, broadcasting his intentions. He holds off there. It's ball 1 to Bueno. Bueno fouls that one back. 1-1. Cherry still on first. Has not jumped yet. And they push Cherry back. Not that he had that much of a lead. I'd call it a dive, but it was more of just a falling calmly on the bag. Ardito didn't exactly put a lot on the pickoff. And that's a little floater. Falls in for a ball. It's 2-1 to Bueno. Cherry leads. The pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 2. Bueno asks for time. He'll step out and reset. And he smacks that into center. And the catch is made. Playing center field is Jesse Monty. So he'll end the inning 4 up, 3 down. One man stranded. We go to a scoreless top of the second. We'll be right back. Back with you for the top of the second. Leading off for Madison, fouling back for strike one is Nicholas Giulio. Ahmed Brown struck out the side in the first, so he's throwing a gem right now. Giulio backs off of that one, 1-1. That one was right down the center. Strike two. Strike three. Giulio goes down swinging. And that will bring up Derek Santiago. Strike one to Santiago. Santiago playing shortstop today. As that pitch is low, ball one. And he smacks that one high to left. And it will not be caught by the left fielder. That is very likely going to be an in-the-park home run. In left field, way out there in left field somewhere, is David Marrero, number 1, who claims the ball has gone out of play as it had rolled into foul territory, though it had landed fair long before it had rolled all the way out there. Of course, Lincoln playing on a football field. A ball hit hard to left field can just sail forever. So, because it went out of play, it ends up being called a ground rule double. Definitely not a favorable call for Madison, as that ball was likely destined to be the first run of the game for them. And that brings up Samuel Roth. Roth, swing and a miss, strike one. And Brown tries to chase Santiago back to the bag, ends up getting called for a balk, and Santiago will advance to third. Again, a little outside. Brown struggling right now to find that outside corner on the lefty. So he goes inside on him, gets strike two, count even now. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Roth goes down swinging. And almost a misplay by the Railsplitters there. They forgot there's a man on third who's trying to sneak his way home. Santiago made it about a quarter of the way before they chased him back. And that's going to bring up Jesse Monty. And Monty takes strike one. Shows bunt, and that bunt is going to roll all the way over to the shortstop. That'll score the run. It's called a single. And Madison gets on the board first. And that brings up Joseph Cirillo. Cirillo, strike one, swing and a miss. Monty with a big lead over on first. Thought about going, but did not. Now he does. Pickoff is not in time. Great job by Lincoln's catcher, Edwin Bueno. The ball was on target, just didn't beat him. Monty with some speed out there. And that is strike two. Joseph Cirillo, 1-2. Speedy Monty, he goes for third, but ball gets fouled back. So it remains 1-2, and Monty will return back to second. Sorry, that's not Monty. That is Cirillo. Swing and a miss, strike three. Nope, that was Monty that was running. Sorry, and Cirillo was at bat. Strike three to Cirillo. That'll end the top of the second. We'll step away real quick and be right back right after this. And here we are, bottom of the second. Leading off for the Railsplitters, number 26, Julian Polion. Polion will take ball one from the pitching of Andrew Ardito. 2-0. Fouled off over to West Avenue, 2-1 the count. Didn't hear any exciting sounds over there, so presumably the ball missed any important cars. And that's low in the dirt for another ball. 3-1 to Polion. Polion wallops it into center. It is off the fence. And Polion's got himself a stand-up double to lead off the second. And that brings up the first baseman, Kamani Scott. And Scott watches ball one narrowly miss the outside corner. That one falls in the dirt for another ball, 2-0. That one's going to hit the inside corner, 2-1 to Kamani Scott. Polion holding on second. And it's ball three to Kamani. Curves in on him. Full count now. Oh, Scott thought it was too far inside. He thought he had the walk. The umpire disagrees. Strike one. Out number one, rather. Strike three looking. And that's going to bring up number 24, Craig Clark, for the Railsplitters. And I'll tell you, Andrew Ardito has found that inside corner, found exactly where the ump is going to call it, and he's going to throw at it all day to these right-handers. As Craig Clark takes strike one with that pitch. Hits that one to short. The long throw is in time. Craig Clark out at first. Runner advances. Polion is now on third. brings up the pitcher, Ahmed Brown. Swings through, swing and a miss, strike one. We'll see if Brown can do as much work on offense as he does on defense. Strike two. Brown has struck out 6 of 8 batters so far today. And Ardito was not able to hit the inside corner on that one. It's 1-2. He was aiming for that spot where he's been getting those strikes from the ump. And that time he fools Brown with it. Brown swinging a miss, strike three, and that will end the inning. We'll be right back with the top of the third after this quick break. Thanks for watching. Welcome back. Top of the third. Madison leads 1-0. Leadoff batter is the very bottom of the order. And he was about to get his first pitch, but there are two people walking through the outfield who have held up the game. And Tyler Ferris takes a high ball one. I missed a pitch in there somewhere. There's at least one ball and one strike, and one more. And there is what must be strike three. Ferris goes down swinging. That's the first out of the inning for Brown. And that'll bring up top of the order, number 9, Marcus Hillman. Hillman fouls that one back. Popped high in the direction of right field, and getting under it is number 26, making the catch. That is Julian Polione. Backed himself up from second base to get out number 2. And that is strike 1 to Gaines. Darian Gaines, 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the first. And Brown misses on that one, 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Up high, count even, 2-2. And it's inside. Gaines tries to lean into it, but it wasn't that far inside. So here comes the full count. 3-2 delivery is fouled back. Gaines keeps himself alive. Count remains 3-2. And it's ball 4. Gaines gets the first walk of the game. Runner goes, pick off. The direction is there, but no good. hit high in the direction of left. Shortstop is under it. And, of course, reliable Marcus Pearson makes the catch to end the inning. We'll be right back with the bottom of the third after this. And we are back, bottom of the third. Andrew Ardito pitching to, this is David Marrero. Marrero trying to bunt it off. And Marrero's going to earn himself a walk. Maybe the first time I think I've ever gotten to see Marrero make it on base. Congratulations to the freshman. And that'll bring up the top of the lineup, Marquise Pearson coming up to bat for the Railsplitters. Pearson 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the first. And Ardito steps off to chase Marrero back to the bag. That's in the dirt. Ball one. Amir Cherry, 1 for 1 with a single in the first. Top of the order, Marquise Pearson and Tristan Legree both striking out, both getting caught by the left side corner as you're looking at the home plate on your screen, as that one is low for a ball. Railsplitters going to have to protect that corner, as the ump is not being shy about giving it to Ardito all day. Amir Cherry now, swing and a miss. Strike one. David Marrero is the runner on first. He has taken quite a lead at times, but he has not made an attempt to steal as of yet. Goes now. And it gets fouled back by Cherry. And so Marrero will run back as well. And Marrero goes again on the ball. Pickoff is not in time. Marrero slides in. And he's got a stolen base to add to his stats. He's safe on second. Amir Cherry has a full count. And he also happens to have one of only 2 hits so far today. And that ends up hitting his elbow, not the corner that Andrew Ardito thought it did. And so Cherry will take his base. And that'll bring up Edwin Bueno. Bueno, the catcher, in the cleanup spot, 0 for 1 today, with a whopping pop fly to center that sadly was caught, as the Railsplitters were hoping to put some points on the board in the first inning. Now they look to do it in the third. 2 on, 2 out. Can Bueno make something happen here? Ardito steps back. Runners return to safety. And that is outside, ball 1. Bueno swings late at that. It's flying foul and will end up going out of play. That one gets called a ball. Hard to tell from my angle where it was. I think it was just outside. Bueno wallops that to left. And it's going to drop and roll. Marrero will score. Here comes Cherry. Cherry is going to stay safe at third. Credit to the Knights, getting that ball in as quickly as they did to hold that to just 1 run. But Edwin Bueno showing why he's in that cleanup spot. As Lincoln is now tied 1-1. Thanks to the RBI double from Edwin Bueno. That'll bring up Polion, who will swing and foul that one into the dirt. 0-1. Runners on second and third now. That's Bueno on second. And Cherry on third. Outside, ball 2. Sorry, that's ball 1 to Polion. He fouled off his first. Yeah, he fouls that one back. Bounces off the street on West Avenue. 2-1 the count. And Polion swings through strike 3. Catcher drops it, but they do end up making the play over to first, and that'll end the inning. But Lincoln ties it up. We got a brand new ball game, essentially. It's 1-1 as we go into the fourth. We'll be right back. Welcome back, top of the fourth. Nicholas Giglio takes strike 1 to lead off. And they strike him out. That is the 9th strikeout of the game for Ahmed Brown on the mound. It's 9 out of 13 batters he's sent down on strikes. And that brings up Derek Santiago. Santiago is the first batter to put something on Ahmed Brown. Had what probably would have been a home run if the ball hadn't rolled out of play and made it a ground rule double back in the 2nd inning. He did eventually score, brought in off the bat of Jesse Monty. And now it is 2-1 to Derek Santiago. And this one is hit to short, and it's going to get past Pearson. Legree will come in from center field and hold him up for a single. But another base hit. Santiago is 2 for 2. And that should bring up Samuel Roth, left-handed, number 15 for Madison. Swing and a miss, strike one. Brown looks back at Santiago to chase him back to the bag. He did that when Santiago was on second back in the 2nd inning and ended up getting a balk to advance Santiago to third. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Roth 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the 2nd. Brown chases him back to the bag again. Roth keeps himself alive, fouls it back. And that is hit high in the direction of first. Kamani Scott getting under it. No problem for him. And that is out number 2. That'll bring up Jesse Monty. Monty with an RBI single back in the 2nd. Believe it was a bunt that he laid down that managed to get past Ahmed Brown, which also scored Santiago. As he takes ball 1 and Santiago gets chased back onto first base. Santiago has speed. They chase him back again. and a miss. That is strike one to Monty. Edwin Bueno doing a good job jumping up every time he catches to make sure Santiago chases himself back to the bag. And that is outside. Ball two. Three and one now the count. They chase Santiago back again. And there's a high ball in the direction of third. It looked like there was a little bit of confusion as to who was going to catch it, but ultimately it does come down. I think Amir Cherry made the play, makes the catch, ends the fourth for Madison. We'll come back with the bottom right after this from Abraham Lincoln High School. Welcome back to Abraham Lincoln High School, bottom of the fourth. Kamani Scott takes strike one. And Scott wallops it into center. It is caught. Center fielder way out there is number 4. That's Jesse Monty. And now Craig Clark. That one narrowly missing a passing car on West Avenue. 1-2 the count now to Clark. Good job by Craig keeping himself alive there as he fouls that one off into the track in left field. Settle in the 1-2 pitch. Strike three. Catcher drops it. But they'll get him at first for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Ahmed Brown. Brown 0 for 1 with a strikeout to end the second. That's inside for a ball. Seemed like pitcher Andrew Ardito was aiming for that left side corner again. Brown thought he might actually get hit by it. It looks like he might even have tried a little bit of a lean. Didn't work out for him. He gets the ball, not the hit. 2-1 now. Swing and a miss, strike two. And Brown pops that one back foul. And he puts that into play. Popped up for the shortstop, who handles it no problem. Derek Santiago makes the play to end the fourth inning. We'll step away real quick and be right back. Top of the fifth coming up. We'll be looking at Joseph Cirillo. We'll be right back with Lincoln versus Madison live from Brooklyn. back to Abraham Lincoln High School in Coney Island, New York. Coming up to bat is number 8, Joseph Shirillo. 0 for 1 with a strikeout today. Ahmed Brown, plenty of strikeouts for him. I believe he's had 9 so far today against 16 batters as he throws ball 1 to Shirillo now. Brown gets the strike zone on that one, 2-1. Outside, 3-1 to Shirillo. Strike 2, full count now. And that's up high. Shirillo's gonna take his base. And that should bring up Tyler Ferris. Ferris struck out to start the third. Shows bunt. Shirillo thought about going, but thought better of it when he saw Bueno so quick to get up. And Ferris lays down a sacrifice bunt, does exactly what he needed it to. Shirillo safe on second. And that'll bring up the top of the order. Marcus Hilleman. Hilleman 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly ball to center. And there's another one. And it's going to bounce in for a base hit. They'll send that ball home and keep the runners at the corners. Ahmed Brown looking at Legree saying, why'd you let it get the bounce? You should have run in on it. If you had, maybe we'd have an out and still be a man on second. That'll bring up Gaines, Darian Gaines, the left fielder, number 21. Runners on the corners with one out now. Swing and a miss, strike 1 to him. Gaines 0 for 1 today with a strikeout and a walk. Runner goes from first. Bueno throws to second. Nothing happens there. And the play back to Bueno, not in time. Another run scores for Madison. Not exactly sure why Bueno threw to second in the first place. You should have just let him go, but I guess the instincts took over. I think the count is 0-2. I missed what the pitch was. So it could be 1-2 right now. It could be 2-1. Runner goes. And they get him out. Swing and a miss, strike three. 1 run comes in. Madison takes the lead again, but only by 1. Railsplitters coming back up. Starting off with David Marrero at the bottom of the 5th, right after this. Welcome back to Abraham Lincoln High School. Bottom of the 5th, Madison up 2-1. David Marrero comes up to the plate and takes ball 1. Marrero walked his first at bat back at the beginning of the 3rd. Takes strike 1 here. There's that outside corner that the ump has been awarding to pitcher Andrew Ardito all day. And he puts that in play. It's going to go foul down the first base line, but he keeps himself alive. 1-2 still the count. Swing and a miss, strike 3 to Marrero. He goes down swinging, and that'll bring up the top of the lineup for the Railsplitters, Marquise Pearson. Pearson been having a rough game today. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Mostly owing to Ardito hitting that corner on the left side of the plate so often. And the umpire being very generous in granting it, despite the protests of many of the Railsplitters players. And then Pearson hits one hard into right, And it's going to drop. He's going for second. Nope, he'll hold up. Right fielder had a chance to make the play, and he just couldn't come down with it. So Pearson has his first at first base hit of the day. Was right up against the fence, worrying about catching it and keeping his footing. Right fielder just wasn't able to bring it down. That right fielder is, see if I can find it in my info here. That is Samuel Roth. And that brings up Tristan Legree. And they make the play back to first against Pearson. First baseman was sure he got him. So is the Madison squad over in their own dugout, but umpire calls him safe. It was definitely a close call. Possible Pearson got away with one there. And there is another strike to Tristan Legree. He's 0-2. To the count and 0 for 2 today. He's got 2 strikeouts in 2 at-bats. Pearson leads, keeping himself in Ardito's head. Legree swing and a miss, strike 3. Runner goes, and they get him there. Pearson out at, tag out at second. And Legree goes down swinging. That's going to end the 5th inning. We go to the 6th. Madison up by 1. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Abraham Lincoln High School in Coney Island. Leading off is Andrew Ardito, who hits it hard to center. And it is caught by, I believe that was David Marrero doing the job in center field. believe it was originally Tristan Legree out there. They switched Legree. And that is strike one to Giglio. That one's in the dirt, 2-1. Ahmed Brown still on the mound for the Railsplitters, pitching to Nicholas Giglio. I mentioned it's David Marrero playing in center now. Not sure where Legree ended up. And that's low. It's ball three. Legree may have been subbed out. I think I see Nathan Wallace standing in right. That might be where Marrero moved to center. And Nicholas will draw a walk. It's his first time reaching base in the game today. And that will bring up the mighty bat of Derek Santiago, who has a single and a double so far today, 2 for 2. And that ground rule double, almost a home run. It just happened to roll out of play. Brown keeps Nicholas honest over at first. And now Santiago is going to get hit by a pitch. He'll advance the runner, and that is 2 on. That's going to bring up Sam Roth. Roth 0 for 2. Strike out in the second, and he fouled out in the fourth. That ball is up high. The runners are going to go. Brown will make the play towards second, but Santiago is easily safe. And that, I would think, is going to bring a little conversation out to Ahmed Brown. But I am clearly thinking wrong, as Brown will set and get ready for his next pitch to Roth. And it's low and inside and fouled off in the direction of the stands. Roth is going to foul that one back to even the count, 2-2. Full count now to Sam Roth. That's in the dirt. Roth is going to take his base. Bases loaded now as Jesse Monty, the center fielder, is going to come up to bat. And that's going to bring the conversation with Ahmed Brown. Monty 1 for 2 today. He had an RBI single in the second inning. It was the first one put on the board. Madison took an early 1-0 lead there. Of course, Coach Cruz hoping not to allow Madison any more runs right now here in the sixth. But with bases loaded and 1 out, Brown is in trouble. But he is Coach Cruz's ace. He leaves him in. Brown's going to try to get himself out of this. And he throws down a bunt. They make the play at first, but 1 run does score. And that should bring up Monty, number 8. I'm sorry, that was Monty. That brings up Joseph Cirillo. There is strike 2 to Cirillo. And that's up high, 2-2. Full count. And a foul tip, keeping himself alive, is Cirillo. I think that ended up hitting Bueno. Bueno clearly shaken up. Not sure if he got hit by the bat or the ball on that one, but all right, Bueno loosens up, gets those muscles moving again after the impact. So Full count to Joseph Cirillo. 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the second. Walk to lead off the fifth. He's worked his way to 3-2 here. And that'll be inside. Ball 4. And once again, bases loaded. And that brings up Tyler Ferris. Ferris 0 for 2 today. He has a strikeout and a sacrifice bunt that they used to advance a runner in the fifth. The 3-0 delivery. And there's a strike to Tyler Ferris. And that's up high. Brown's going to walk one in. And that's going to bring Coach Cruz back in. Or he will likely take the ball from Brown's mitt. Bueno still nursing injury. It looked like the ball went in on his inner thigh. He's trying to stay loose out there. And it looks like Amir Cherry is going to take the ball on the mound. So he's going to warm up real quick. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back here live from Brooklyn. Thanks for watching and sticking with us through this one. 4-1 Madison on top. 2 out, bases loaded. Amir Cherry warming up. We'll be right back in just a moment. Welcome back, sports fans. Abraham Lincoln High School. It's been a tough 6th inning for the Railsplitters. Top of the order coming up now. It is Marcus Hilleman. 1 for 3 today with a single in his last at bat. And he is the first batter to face off against Amir Cherry, who just warmed up and throws ball 1. ball two. Ahmed Brown threw a beautiful opening 5 innings, only letting in 2 runs. But he has gotten himself into a bit of a hole here in the 6th. And the last run just was walked in to advance Madison to 4. But as Amir Cherry struggles to settle in and get the strike zone, he's about to walk in another. "5-1 Madison. 2 runs walked in. And that'll bring up Darian Gaines. Gaines has yet to reach today. And Amir Cherry finds the strike zone on Gaines. And he smacks that one into left field. It is a base hit. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score on the single from Darian Gaines. And that should bring up Andrew Ardito, who pops one up high and foul. And that one almost gets away from Bueno. Runner on second thought it did and started going, but Bueno gets him back there. It's Marcus Hilleman over there on second base. And that one fouled back, 1-2. And he hits that into a gap into right field. It's another base hit. And Wallace overthrows. 1 run is going to score. Nope, and they do let them get the second run on the play. And that brings up Nicholas Giglio. Madison has batted around. And they are going to walk Giglio, his second walk of the inning. Bueno going to go out and have a conversation with his pitcher. And there is a runner on third, so maybe there was not a ninth run. It might be back on 8. I'm going to check with the umpire when we have a break in the inning. Derek Santiago now at bat. Inside, ball 1. And he hits that over. Third baseman picks it up, and he makes the play at first for the final out of the inning. So big damage in the 6th. I think it's 8-1. I'll double check. Don't think it's up to 9 yet, but I will let you know when we come back right after this. Welcome back. The score is 8-1, bottom of the 6th. Batting for the Railsplitters is Amir Cherry. Still facing off against pitcher Andrew Ardito. The score is 8-1 after a tough 6th inning for the Railsplitters. Started with walks and hit by pitches. It's just started bringing in runs as Brown lost the strike zone. Amir Cherry puts that one into left field. He's going to have a single to start off the bottom of the 6th. That is his second hit of the game. He's been on base every at bat, hit by a pitch in the 3rd, and singled in the 1st and right now. That's going to bring up Edwin Bueno, who is 1 for 2 with an RBI double. His last at-bat in the 3rd. That RBI, the only run Lincoln has seen today on offense. And he hits it hard to left field. It is fair, picked up and thrown in to hold the runners to one base. So 2 singles to start the inning, and that'll bring up Julian Polion. Lincoln's bats showing signs of life right when they need it most to answer the top of the 6th, where Madison put up 6. And that's a strike to Polion. Polion fouls that one off, 0-2. He is 1 for 2 today with a double in the second and a strikeout in the third to end the inning. And he puts that in play, a little chopper in the direction of left. They'll make the play at third. He'll reach on a fielder's choice. 1 away. That brings up Kimani Scott. Scott 0 for 2 today, a strikeout and a bomb to center. He just got plucked out of the air. And he hits that one, and it makes it to the gap in left field. And that's a base hit that's going to load the bases. So Andrew Ardito on the mound, finally showing signs of fatigue. Railsplitters looking to put some numbers on the board. With 1 out, bases loaded, Craig Clark coming up to bat. And he wallops that one down the left field line. It is foul. Was in on his legs. He didn't move. Gets called on the strike. 0-2. Clark grounded out in the second and struck out in the fourth. And that's outside, 1-2. And he wallops that one. They're going to make the play at second, and at first. It's a double play to get Ardito out of trouble and prevent the Railsplitters from getting any runs as we move to the 7th. We'll be right back. Top of the 7th, Madison leads 8-1. Welcome back. Madison leads 8-1. Kimani Scott, the freshman, coming on to the mound for the Railsplitters. And his first batter will be number 15, Samuel Roth. Roth 0 for 2 with a walk in the 6th inning. That's outside, ball 1. Scott misses the outside corner there. 3-0. And Roth doesn't hold off on the 3-0. He swings at the guaranteed strike. And it is soundly handled by David Marraro out in center. 1 away for the Railsplitters in the top of the 7th. And that'll bring up number 4, Jesse Monty, the center fielder for Madison. Monty had a single in the second. And a sacrifice bunt to bring in an RBI in the sixth. Inside, just misses him. 2-0 the count. Swing and a miss, 2-1 to Monty. And hit over in the direction of third. The throw is in time. That's 2 down in the top of the seventh. And that will bring up Cirillo, Joseph Cirillo. Strikeout and 2 walks so far today. And he's going to ground that into center for a base hit. And that brings up number 32, Tyler Ferris, the bottom of the lineup. He had a strikeout his first at bat, a sacrifice bunt in the fifth. As he takes strike one here. And he was walked in the sixth, walking in a run. Fouled back, 0-2 to Ferris. And that is popped up high in the direction of left field. It's going to land, and it is foul. That one pushes Ferris off the bag, almost hits him. 1-2. Got away from Bueno. Actually, a little surprised that Cirillo didn't take advantage and run to second. There's another one inside. Ferris, who had started in on 0-2 hole, battled his way back to an even count. And this time, Cirillo is paying attention. Count is full. Second base is stolen. And the stolen base becomes academic as Ferris draws his second walk of the day. Runners on first and second. That'll bring up the top of the order. It is Marcus Hilleman, the catcher. With 2 outs, Hilleman will try to bring in a couple of RBIs. It's a ball. Goes out of play. Runners get to advance. So now both runners in scoring position for Hilleman. Hilleman 1 for 3 today with a single and a walk. Single in the 5th, but then he was picked off at third base later on in the inning. And he was walked in the 6th. He too walked in a run. But he swings through that one, 2-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Hilleman definitely kicking himself for that one. That ball dropped out of there. Would have been a ball, I think, had he not swung. So now it's Kamani Scott who starts out ahead. And there's a base hit to center. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. It's a 2 RBI single. For Hilleman. And that should bring up Darian Gaines, number 21. And it's ball 1 to Gaines. I mentioned that Kamani Scott was pitching. I missed that Bueno was no longer catching for him. It's Nathaniel Soto crouched behind the mound now. And that is hard hit to center. And David Marrero makes the catch to end the inning and get Kamani Scott out of trouble. Great catch by him. We go to the bottom of the 7th right after this. Live from Brooklyn. Thanks for sticking with us, hitting that like and subscribe button. We'll see you in a minute right here. Welcome back. Bottom of the seventh here from Coney Island. Tough game for the Railsplitters. They had done well through 5, and in the 6th inning, it all fell apart. They trail now 10-1 in the final inning. They're down to their last 3 outs, their last attempt to put some numbers on the board, and coming up to bat, their starting pitcher, Ahmed Brown. He pitched a beautiful game through 5. But in the 6th, it all fell apart as he takes ball 1. That one almost takes his head off. Pitching now is Derek Santiago. Santiago was hit by a pitch from Ahmed Brown back in the 6th inning. And Santiago finds that corner that starting pitcher Andrew Ardito is so fond of for 6 innings. Brown puts it into play to third. The play is in time. 1 away. And that's going to bring up David Marrero. Been playing center field, made a couple of great catches out there today. He takes strike 1 here. Marrero 0 for 1 with a walk today. Swing and a miss, strike 2 there. And that one gets away from Santiago a little bit. 2-2. Keeps himself alive, fouls it back. And he slices that down the first baseline, foul. That one's outside. Marrero has worked himself into a full count. And that one's low in the dirt. Marrero gets on base with his 2nd walk of the day. And that brings up Marcus Pearson. No, it's going to bring up Nathan Wallace. Nathan Wallace came in a couple of innings ago into the outfield. Believe it was Tristan Legree they took out. leads from first. Nathan Wallace, I don't think he was even ready for that pitch, but luckily it was high, ball 2. That's ball 3 to Wallace. As Santiago struggles to control the strike zone. And Wallace stands up there for 4 pitches, doesn't swing the bat, and gets on base. And that's going to bring up Tristan Legree. So Wallace was in for Pearson. So Pearson was the one that must have been taken out. Legree still in as he takes strike 1. Legree 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts today. Not that there's any statistical accuracy to it, but he's definitely due. And Legree fouls that up. And it's past the warning track in left field. Legree keeps himself alive, fouls that one back. It's still 1-2. Marrero on second. Wallace on first. And apparently that one just grazed Legree. He's going to reach on a hit by pitch. The bases are loaded for the Railsplitters here in the bottom of the 7th. And that is going to bring up Amir Cherry, who with a single swing of the bat could really start to try to make this interesting. But it won't be on that swing. 0-1. That one is popped up foul by first base, and it is caught for the second out of the inning. And that will bring up Edwin Bueno, who was the catcher through 6 innings. Till he took what I think was a foul ball to the groin. So they relieved him of his catching duties, but certainly not his hitting duties. He has a single and a double today with an RBI, 2 for 3. Now Bueno will face off against Santiago. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Inside, ball 1. That one's inside. That's the pitch that hit Tristan Legree, but it managed to avoid Bueno. 2-0. And Bueno chops that one in the direction of third, and they won't pick it up. It's an RBI single for Bueno. Railsplitters finally get a second run on the board. Railsplitters with 2 runs, both of them batted in off the bat of Edwin Bueno. That'll bring up Julian Polion. Polion has reached twice today. He had a double in the second inning, his first at bat, and he reached on a fielder's choice in the 6th. And that one almost takes his head off. And it will get away from the catcher, so the runners will advance and another one gets home. And Polion thought he got his walk, but it's called strike one. 3-1 the count. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And they strike him out, and that's how this one is going to end. Final score 10-3. Railsplitters fall to Madison. Madison picks up their 6th win of the season. Thanks, everybody, for sticking with us through this one. Tough game for the Railsplitters. We've got another one coming from them next week. Once again on Tuesday. We hope you'll join us then. Until then, for everybody here at Abraham Lincoln High School, I'm Peter Andrus. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.